Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to the July 1st vlog post. It's amazing we've gotten to July. The first 6 months of 2021 are in the bag. Many of us are seeing exceptional results despite a lot of the situational things that are going on and some of the negativity being presented by the media. I think it is really interesting to see the conversations that are taking place on social media and from the mainstream media and the change of opinion and the direction things are taken. I think some of the things that we try to do here is make you aware of some of the conversations that are happening and potentially other views of the same information. And many people are, still out there, and we're hearing, all the same stories about lack of inventory or, interest rates are off the low or, all the kinds of things that are the challenges, the housing bubble and all the different things that we're hearing. And while some people are bathing in the negativity of what the market may hold for them, my clients by and large across the country are up well over 9% year over year in total business. So somehow, despite all the conversation, despite all the negativity, despite everything that's going on, the truth is if you're paying attention to your market and you're doing the work, the results will be there. And it's not hard to understand why people, whether it be other loan officers or companies or realtors or the general public, get really jaded over the housing market. The YouTube quote unquote experts that are out there with all their gloom and doom forecasts, it's not hard to see why people are looking kind of negative at this market, because you're seeing a lot of negative information. And the slightest bit of information is always, or appears to always be, shaded in the most negative light possible. And I think it's kind of hard for us to wrap our minds around this, especially when you look and say, oh my God, April housing, April resales were down 4.4% in April year over year. There you go. It's there's the housing bubble. It's all falling apart. And so everybody rides that bandwagon right up until the May numbers come out and show that sales are up 8% year over year. And not only did the numbers come up, but where are those people who were screaming housing bubble when we were down 4.4% in April, but rebounded to being up 8% year over year in May? And it doesn't just stop with those numbers. The people yelling and screaming, oh my God, mortgage applications are down 6.9%, 5% on the purchase side, 8% on the refinance side. And so that must prove that there are no more sales taking place and nobody wants to buy houses. But they take out, sharing the information that says, does everybody miss the report where all cash buyers are up significantly year over year? And possibly, maybe that has something to do with what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that, the activity levels may not be where they were this time last year, but it doesn't mean deals aren't happening. And by the way, 2020 was a record-breaking year for resales. And so, yes, there's been a lot of challenges on the new construction side with supply and all that other stuff. And maybe some of these numbers would be stronger if we didn't have supply chain interruptions on new construction. But from a purely resale standpoint, it's not like we're still not seeing prices appreciate. And again, latest report is 13.8% appreciation year over year. Let's think about that for a second. If nobody wanted to buy houses, if there was going to be a housing bubble, would we still be seeing 13.8% year over year appreciation? That's crazy. Used to be a time where 3 or 4 or 5% annual appreciation was considered a really solid number. And yeah, the numbers are really high, and the market is really hot, and we're seeing multiple offers, and we're seeing prices go up, and we're seeing pressure in all areas, but especially on the lowest ends of the marketplace. And oh, by the way, refinances aren't done either. Before you start worrying about these things, think about the people that, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, you talked to about refinancing, and maybe there wasn't enough equity in their house to make it worthwhile. Maybe there wasn't enough ability to pull the cash out for what they needed. Maybe there wasn't enough value in the home to eliminate MI or to make it worthwhile, selling their house and buying the next one. But with those appreciation rates, why couldn't we take a look at that now? Why aren't we not the people that we talked to 6 months, 9 months, a year ago, and we couldn't move them forward? Why wouldn't we talk to them again and revisit the situation? Because let's be honest, we can get out of permanent MI loans into conforming loans. We can get out of MI, even if you're talking to a client that's in an MI loan, and all you can do is assist them in pointing them in the direction of how to eliminate their current MI. You did them a solid follow-up. You benefited that client, and maybe they share that information with another friend of theirs and get you a referral. So again, pay attention to your reality, pay attention to your market. And for a while, how about we, yes, look at the negative information that's out there, and certainly acknowledge that there are certain negative influences that would allow us to be doing more, but we're still doing great by all measures, and some people doing better than others. The other thing I just wanted to remind you before we go into the holiday weekend is, again, that it is a holiday weekend. Friday, or tomorrow, we've got the jobs report for June that'll come out. We've talked about this a lot, the last few jobs reports that have come out. The market's got a little wonky, got a little volatile, got a little crazy. Markets moved on that information. Don't know whether it will or it won't this time, but be aware that now we have that jobs report. It's created some movement in the marketplace the last couple of times. We're also heading into a 3-day weekend, and we all know the markets tend to be overly cautious going into a long weekend, the holiday weekend. They protect themselves always going in that. So again, beware of this information that's out there. And again, beware that it may be a very busy weekend for your buyers going out there, looking at properties, making offers, and celebrating Independence Day by getting out there and buying the house, or getting that first house, or selling their house and buying their new one this holiday weekend. So as always, you can reach out, Mike, imtcoaching.com. We'll talk to you again real soon. Take care.